What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, with all the news, good news, of Xbox defeating the FTC, or a better, I guess, version of it is the FTC losing to Microsoft. Either way, whatever. The Donkey Unicorns don't seem to know how to act. So they are on Twitter. They're on freaking YouTube. They're making videos. They're putting up posts. They're saying stuff like, oh, Jim Ryan is the best. He got the 10 years out of him instead of the 3 or 5 or whatever it was. And I'm like, I mean, okay, I see what you're saying, but you're omitting some facts which make the deal actually a little worse depending on your point of view. Now, for Sony, all they cared about was that Call of Duty money. The $800 million in the US, $1.5 million across the globe annually for Call of Duty. That's what they made in 2022. That's all they care about. They don't care about nothing else because it's peanuts. And so that's why this whole thing was so focused on Call of Duty. Now, with the deal done, basically, it's just, it's just a formality right now. It's just, a couple of things that needs to be done. But the idea of Sony getting their 30%. I believe the deal will go back to 30-70 split. So the idea of Sony getting the 30% for 10 years seems like a better deal. It is a better deal because they were doing 80-20 before. So they're getting more money, right? Instead of the 20, they're getting 30, which is cool. That's what they want. Are they gonna make more money? Maybe not, because the narrative will change. The narrative is that, oh, Call of Duty is Xbox now. And they can say only on Xbox. They can't say only on Xbox Series because it's gonna probably be on Xbox One as well. Unless they say no more Xbox One, which I think they might actually do that. So they can say only on Series consoles. Same way that PlayStation says only on PlayStation 5 when they're referring to the PlayStation 4 as the other console that it's not on. So Xbox could play the same game, say only on Series consoles. Oh, we're talking about it's not on the last gen. That's what we're talking about. See? You see? I know the people at Microsoft and Xbox, they're thinking about these things like, should we do that? We could do that. It's not lying. It's the truth. It's not on the old Xbox. It's only on Series consoles. There you go. So they're clear as far as legally speaking because Sony did it. And so you think about how this changes video games, the industry. It makes Sony actually have to work. Call of Duty was their cash cow, basically. They had to do nothing except allow the game to be made for their console, and they're making $1.5 billion for doing no work. They didn't have to, make a game for $200 million. They wish that they could make a game for $200 million and bring $1.5 million every time. But no. This was easy cash for them. Now, still easy cash, but the more that it is successful on the PlayStation, the more money they make from Microsoft. And this isn't new. This is the case with Minecraft, with all the games that are PlayStation that are Xbox games. They make more money on PlayStation because it's a bigger install base. So they make more money for Xbox. I know that's got to leave a bad taste in their mouths, right? It's like, oh man, it's selling so good, but damn, 70% is going to the enemy. So what do they do? I hear all these fanboys on Twitter, oh, they should ban Call of Duty, boycott Call of Duty on PlayStation, ban it, and then go with Battlefield. I'm like, Good luck with that. Although they did mention that, oh yeah, Battlefield, Vince Zampella is, I think, leading up the team, or he's doing stuff with Battlefield now to make it better, make Battlefield great again, whatever he's gonna do. Vince Zampella, he's good. Titanfall, honestly, he should just do Titanfall. If they do a new Titanfall and then Sony gets an exclusive or something, that'd be a win for Sony, or PlayStation. But I don't think they're on that. Well, first, I don't think EA is on that. EA is like, I know Microsoft got deeper pockets, so they could probably get the exclusive. If y'all still want to play this exclusive game, Sony, Microsoft, we going to the guys who just spent $69 billion. Nice. You know what I mean? Come on, son. This is business. This is money. This is numbers. Microsoft has bigger numbers, more numbers to give to whoever wants them. And sure, there's a little bit of, not nepotism, but, favoritism or clans or tribalism, if you will, when it comes to certain companies more inclined to do business with Sony versus Microsoft. But honestly, money is the deciding factor. Overall, if a company is desperate enough and they're like, we need money, and Microsoft is like, boom, check it, and Sony can't match it, what's a company to do? A company needs to survive first and foremost. So money, not, oh, I'm loyal to you, but you can't pay us enough. So what are we supposed to do? Pay us more. You have money, let's go. And they don't want to, or they can't. That's what happens. But anyway, these Twitter guys, I mean, the amazing Lucas, he's just a walking contradictions. He says whatever just to get a rise out of people and to satiate his audience, whatever. So I really don't pay attention to what he says, because he's double talking and he's saying one thing one week, the next thing, the different thing the next week. So whatever. I haven't heard anything about Colin because of the whole David Jaffe thing and Cognito and stuff. So I've been paying attention to Colin, and the Sacred Symbols is just the show is too long. I understand having a nice long show for when you're working, but I cannot listen to these fools for 4 or 5 hours. I can't. I can listen to the Iron Lords for that long because they're actually entertaining. They're way more entertaining than Sacred Symbols. Let's just say that. That's just my opinion, but honestly, I think anecdotally or generally speaking, I think everybody would agree with that. Even just King David alone is more entertaining than all of the 3-4 guys. There's 3 of them, right? Yeah, 3. Sacred Symbols. But anyway, these Twitter guys and these YouTube guys, they're trying to spin. They're in the spin zone. They're trying to spin the outcome to make it look like Jim Ryan did the right, got 10 years out of him instead of 5 or whatever. And I'm like, okay, sure. But, he always knew that he was going to get it. He was going to get Call of Duty, and that's all he cared about. So in that respect, sure. But also, he screwed himself because 10 years is a long time. They could make 2 ginormous AAA games in a 10 years lifespan, in a 10 year span, right? And it could be exclusive. It could be not on PlayStation because he signed this particular deal only for Call of Duty, only guaranteeing Call of Duty. So when another studio spins off or, just walks away from the Call of Duty machine, which there are so many studios making Call of Duty, it's not even funny, and they can do that, and they start making 2, 3, 4 extra games, not on PlayStation. So, and any one of those games could be the next Fortnite or whatever, Roblox or whatever, or Minecraft. That's what, it seems that Sony is still, it's like a curse for them. They have this short-sighted curse. They're looking for that quick money, easy money, instead of putting in the time and putting in the resources to make long money. Now, I'll give them credit. They put in the resources to make these AAA bangers, but it's not working out for them because they're not making enough money back on the return. So their business plan sucks. They're over here spending all this money on these goofy games, sad dad walking simulators. Meanwhile, Microsoft was like, let's buy that. And that's another thing. All these ponies is like, oh, they can't make a game themselves and be creative. They gotta buy these games. Y'all dumb. All of y'all dumb. Lucas and everybody else, Red Dragon, everybody, all these ponies, you dumb, smack. Because, I'm sorry, Insomniac, when they made the first Spider-Man, not owned by Sony, they made that as a third-party contractor by Sony. Then Sony bought them after that game. Buying talent. They can't make anything original, buying talent. Now people say, oh, but they had a long history with Sony making games, organic growth. Listen, take your organic and your GMOs and take all that and go kick rocks, because organic growth does not exist. Okay, it's not about organic growth. It's about relationships. Not growth, relationships. If you're dealing with a company for a long period of time, that's not organic growth. That's a relationship that you have with them, and they say, hey, that's cool. Yeah, oh yeah, maybe we can do this. Boom. I mean, if you want to call it organic growth, it's a relationship. Now, you can just fall into a relationship and it could be the best thing ever. Or you could be Sony trying to make a CD-ROM drive for Nintendo. Not a good relationship. Some relationships don't work out. Some do. So stop saying organic growth, because I'm tired of that nomenclature, whatever, phrasing. It's just dumb. Call it what it is, for real. It's a relationship. And Bethesda just happened to be a good relationship. Will Activision Blizzard King be a good relationship as well? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, in the past years, ABK, Bobby Kotick, he's a pirate. He's an evil man. And he don't care. He was bleeding everybody. He's like, nah, Call of Duty's the shizzle. Let's go. Give us more money. And they were like, I guess we gotta give him more money. We need Call of Duty, right? So now that Microsoft will own Call of Duty, they can equalize the industry. They can take away these BS exclusive things that Sony was kind of holding on to, so they can make their 1.5 billion. They're not gonna make that money anymore. It's gonna be less because of the association with Call of Duty with Xbox, and because they don't have exclusivity of anything anymore. It's content parity. Now, what I believe it is just content parity, not performance parity. I don't even know if that's a thing that they talk about. That was Sony's concern, but that's not realistic because the consoles are not the same. In some respects, the PlayStation is better. In some respects, Xbox Series is better. Series X specifically is better, right? So if they code to the strengths of each system, they'll be different. They won't be equal. There won't be parity in those two. Like, for instance, the PlayStation version would have lower resolution, let's just say, and artifacting because of the way they upscale and stuff. But maybe it'll have better frame rate performance overall. Now, if Xbox says, well, we can match their resolution and get the same frame rate, that's fine. Or they can say we can get high resolution, and at certain points, the frame rate dips a little bit here and there, but it's nothing to kill the game, right? That's kind of basically what has been happening this whole generation, only because for the most part, they've been optimizing for PlayStation 5 and just slapping it on the Xbox for the most part. Now I know people say, oh, well, we're just, we would never do that. We try to make the best possible game on each system. Well, that's a admirable and a cute notion, but realistically, it's about time. If they don't have enough time to optimize the Xbox version and their priority is PlayStation, guess what's not getting optimized? The Xbox version and the PC version. You've seen games come out that's been pretty good on PlayStation 5 and then hot trash garbage on PC and Xbox. And you say, well, first of all, if it's trash, if it's good on one system and trash on the other two, that means they didn't optimize those other two correctly or to the max, to their optimal optimizations, if you will. And so that's just about time. It's not about skill or anything. They need more time, they need more money. You know, that's what's up. And they're prioritizing PlayStation 5 first, so that gets done first, and then they go back and then they fix the other stuff. And like I said, they run out of time. And so that's why this stuff happens. It's not because, oh, they want to make those other versions bad to make the PlayStation 5 look good. That's happening because of the contract that they signed with their marketing deal. With the, oh, this can't be on Game Pass, and you're gonna optimize for PlayStation 5 first, and this and that and the third. And it all happens, it all falls into place. And so it looks like that's what they're doing. And it's even reinforced more so because they were sitting there talking about, oh, Jim Ryan's crying, oh, they're gonna make the game on PlayStation worse, just like we do. I mean, yeah, we can't have that. That would be unfair, just like we do. Come on. It's so obvious. And then they signed the deal because they got punked. They played themselves. Anyway, that was the last video. But these ponies, man, these donkey unicorns, they're trying to twist the narrative to make it look cool for Sony, and it's not working. So whatever's clever, yo. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about these crazy ponies talking these crazy words, Lucas and all these other knuckleheads, Red Dragon and everybody else. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Tilt the Wade.